Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Sorry that it said stream ending there for a little bit. Sometimes when I hit the button, it doesn't actually work. I'm glad that it at least went live, which is the primary function that I've assigned to the button, but it didn't change scene. Also, wow, I look washed out and super pale and kind of grainy, and it's a little strange for a 1080p webcam that should be doing better than this. So let me fix that. There we go. As you can see, I have new hair. I have done it myself and possibly fried my ends just a little bit. But I really wanted to try going pastel. And I actually went a little too hard on the end of my poor hair, to be honest. So, because I mean, even the stuff that, well, hold on, I'm mirrored. Even the stuff that's like further down here, that's still pastel. That I had like darker. It didn't pull white. Like, I mean, hair doesn't really pull white. If you get to white hair, you probably destroyed your hair. Generally, you kind of progress from black to browns to reds to blondes, and in that process, which way your hair pulls, sometimes it can pull brassy, what we call, which is just kind of orange tone, and other times it can pull blonde. My hair pulls kind of just blonde, so I don't usually have to do a lot of toning, but I did tone it anyway, because especially when you're doing pastel colors, toning is really important. That being said, the toner you use is purple, so if you're going purple, then you know you're toning with purple before adding more purple. Isn't that confusing? Generally, you want to make sure that you do some kind of toning in order to get a closer color to what you're actually looking for. That's especially important in things like pinks and greens, pinks, greens, and blues. Because you're putting blue on top of yellow hair, then you're going to get green, which is not what you want. You put green on top of yellow hair, and you're going to get this gross color. You put red on top of yellow hair, and then you're going to get orange. Especially when you start seeing hair color fading out like that, that's kind of when you start to see how a person's hair actually pulled when they bleached it. But I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think that the damage that I did to my hair is actually a lot less than I thought it was yesterday. It seems to be doing okay because it's honestly about as angry as it normally is after I get it done. Well, I mean, no, I'm not gonna. Well, no, let me pull up the guide just in case. Just in case. I haven't been using the guide, but just in case. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't think I actually burned my hair quite as much as I thought I did. So that's kind of nice. Where is the thing? What is this? I don't understand. Is it here? Trying to find where we were. Okay, yes, we are here. Close that and hide that. There we go. Ooh. Now I can't see any of you. All right. So yeah, it's a very pretty color. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I did mess up a little bit. I didn't actually get the bleach as far down into my roots as I had wanted. And then even beyond that, I didn't get the dye down into the roots like I had wanted. This is a weird dye. I used Ion Permanent Color. There are the colors that I'm familiar with are the ones that my salon artist uses, my stylist uses, are called semi-permanent colors. Now, I want you to all take these words with a grain of salt. They do not mean what you think they mean, because permanent color, I believe, is illegal. It is possible it is doable, but I believe it is outlawed. So when they say permanent color, it just means it's a different process that tends to last longer, but is still considered semi-permanent dye. Whereas semi-permanent color is, again, a different process that lasts even less time. And what I'm used to, I believe, is semi-permanent color, which when you squeeze it out of the tube into the bowl to start applying it, it is the color you bought. Like if you bought pink, it's going to be pink. If you bought purple, it's going to be purple. This stuff, I used their permanent dye because I kind of waffle between the two. I asked the person at Sally's Beauty, I'm like, what do you recommend? And they're like, well, you know, it kind of depends a little bit on how often you like to change your hair color. I'm like, well, I want to go back to purple and stay at purple because I'm tired of this experiment that didn't work out very well. So, so I was like, you know, sure, let's give the permanent stuff a try. So when you're using semi-permanent, basically what you do is you just lighten the hair, tone it if you need to, and then apply the color as is. That's it. You just squeeze it out of the tube, take a brush, bam. That's what you do. You let it sit for like 40 minutes or so, 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes you use heat to process the hair somewhat. I know that that's what my stylist uses. I'll go sit under the hair dryer for like 30 minutes, which fucking sucks, mind you, because I'm sitting there bored out of my mind, can't hear anything if anyone is talking to me, all this stuff. But and your scalp feels weird because you've got this goop that's slowly drying on it. But so that's how semi-permanent dye usually goes. The permanent dye, quote unquote permanent, it uses a 10 volume developer in order to penetrate the hair shaft and actually deposit color inside. Instead of basically being a gloss which lays on top of the hair, it penetrates inside the shaft and like puts the color inside the hair shaft. Now, quick little note on developers. When someone says that they are bleaching their hair, they are not using bleach. Not bleach in the sense that we think of, at least. They are using essentially peroxide solution. What you do is you'll have bleach powder, and that is just the same across the board. You have this, I bought a big tub, so I can do this any other time that I want to. So it's this big tub of bleach powder, and then you get a developer to go along with it. And they come in 4 different strengths. There's 10 volume, 20 volume, 30 volume, and 40 volume, for the most part. The one that I had is actually a 35 volume, just because I wanted to stay within the same brand. But for the most part, they are 10, 20, 30, 40. 10 is kind of useless for lightening hair. It will not really do much of anything. It might lighten your hair like half a level or 1 level. Not a lot. But it's useful for depositing color onto pre-lightened hair, which is what I used it for. Then you have 20, which is useful for much lighter hair to begin with. You know, it's already lighter, but you want to go even lighter than that, because you don't want to lift too high too fast. It's also useful for doing things like some highlights. So that's kind of what 20 is for. 30 is where you get into some real shit. 30 is what most people will use when they have something like a medium brown hair color and they want to go to blonde. It will generally lift quite quickly, and it will lift most people straight into blonde. And then there's 40, which is the super heavy duty shit. And that is if you want to go from black to blonde. Like you are lifting 9 levels. You are going all the way up the spectrum. It is the most damaging. It is the strongest. And it is what I use on my hair. My hair has always apparently taken 40 volume. That's what my stylist has always used. I confirmed this last year when I was dyeing my own hair in the middle of the pandemic and didn't want to go to a salon. So I bought 30 volume, being like, I wanted to be really careful, and it worked out okay. But like, I talked to her afterward and she was like, oh yeah, you can use 40 volume in your hair. It's very elastic. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I found out yesterday that elasticity has its limits, but I needed to get my hair trimmed anyway. So yeah, that's kind of the base of what happened, or what goes on. So with all of that being said, it threw me off yesterday when I squeeze out the tube of dye and it's a pale cream yellow. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. This is supposed to be purple? Like pastel purple? The tube literally says lavender. And I've never worked with this before, so it was totally new to me on a lot of levels. And I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Why is this not purple? And then when I mixed it with the 10 developer, which you have to in order to make sure that it penetrates the actual hair, it started turning color. It changed color to like blue, like a periwinkle blue. And I was also kind of like, that is also not the color that I thought I was putting on my hair. But you know what? I'm going to trust the process. We're going to trust it. We're going to see what happens. So I started putting it on my hair. And that is why I missed my, that is why I missed the roots that I had actually managed to bleach. Because I was like, wait a minute. Like, I can't tell what I've put goop on and what I haven't, because it's not the color I was looking for. And when it goes on kind of translucent too, so like I can see the hair underneath it anyway, but like I could tell it was doing something, especially toward the ends out here, as I let it sit and started moving across the hair okay, I'm looking at myself in the camera too much, and I'm mirrored because this is my left hand. And I'm expecting a mirror and not flipping around. But anyway, so out on this end, I noticed that it started turning blue. And I'm like, well, I know that I lifted this to practically white. That was why I damaged my hair. So I know that this is depositing color. I know it's doing something. I don't know what it's doing, but it's slowly turning blue over time. So over here, I couldn't tell where I actually was. So yeah, I ended up actually taking, you can maybe kind of see once I get closer, I took a darker purple Manic Panic that I have, which is a semi-permanent, or even maybe a demi-permanent, I'm not really sure. Manic Panic is really fucking cheap though. And great, by the way, if you want to just try a hair color, like, but you want to commit more than like a spray on or something like that, really great. Manic Panic's great. So yeah, I took a darker Manic Panic purple that I had and I just painted it up a little bit to give myself the coverage down here at the thing, and then create this kind of ombre look that just ended up making it pop really well. Like, I'm just really happy with how this turned out, which is hilarious because yesterday I was terrified. Yesterday I was like, I ruined my hair. I need to text one of my stylists, either the one here in Boston or the one up by my parents right now, and be like, I need an appointment. Please save me. Because like I said, I use a pretty heavy duty volume developer. I used a 35 volume developer and bleach on this, and I bleached the whole head. And that was maybe not necessary to get the color out of the ends that had already been bleached and dyed and bleached and dyed and bleached and dyed several times over. You know, by the time they grow out to this far, it's been several times and they're tired. They're, you know, already damaged. The whole like repair your hair thing, complete myth, not a thing. So yeah, I washed out the bleach, and I saw little bits of my hair coming out in my hand. I was like, oh shit, oh no, all of that confidence I had going into this is gone. I thought I knew what I was doing. I flew too close to the sun. Here we go. Shit. And it didn't help either that I had a comb with me at one point, because I was like, let me just see if I comb through this and like get all those little weird loose things out. It'll be okay. So I started combing through it, and not only was I seeing the hair coming off like in tiny little strands that were like about this long, somewhere in that range, I was also seeing this buildup of goop that was just coming off of it. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. Is my hair literally melting? Like, fuck. So that was what was going on, and then at that point I'm like, well, I already damaged it so much at this point, I might as well go all in and actually put on the dye. And then as I'm putting on the dye and I rinsed it out and I'm looking at my hair, it looked kind of periwinkle blue, like it was darker than I wanted it to be, and it wasn't the color I wanted it to be either. I was like, god damn it, you mean that I ruined my hair for a color that wasn't even what I wanted? Like, what the fuck? But then, yeah, once I dried it, it actually turned out to be a nice purple color. And once I finished doing the rest of the things to it, I was like, okay, this actually might work. Woke up today, brushed it out. It's acting, like I said, relatively normal. I think that goop that was coming off of my comb was actually the oils that this company puts in their bleach products, their developer and their bleach powder, because they claim that they put like mango oil and coconut oil and all this other stuff because it's supposed to try and help protect your hair a little bit more. I don't know if it actually does or not, but what I can say is that this bleach didn't smell as bad as bleach that I normally have had happen at the salon or whatever. And I could have gone cheaper than this, but I don't think that it would have been that, I'm happy that I bought that. um, and I think that goop was just the oils that were put into it to try and make it like less damaging or something, which it was still very damaging, but um so yeah, trust the process. I guess is all I have to say about that. I went into it feeling very confident. In the middle of it, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, do I? I have ruined things. And then by the end, I was like, okay, no, I actually do know what I'm doing. And I'm feeling kind of good about this. I might start just doing my own hair. Like, I might start just doing my own hair. I hope my stylist, who I usually go to, who really enjoys doing my hair, fun colors, as she likes to say, interesting colors. Although she always tries to get me to push me to try different colors, and I'm like, no, I want to go purple. um, I feel kind of bad because I don't know that she's going to do this a whole lot on me if I do that. Not sure. This was a lot cheaper overall, sort of. I spent about $75 on all of my supplies for this, but that includes a large tub, quite literally like this big, of bleach powder, which I used a very small amount, so I will use that over and over and over again if I continue to do this. And I had a relatively decent sized bottle of developer. I used a fair amount of it though, so I'm not sure whether I will be using that again. Um, beyond like twice. I don't know if I'll be able to use it more than that. I do know that the next time I do this, though, I'm probably just going to need to do a root touch up with bleach instead of actually bleaching my whole head. So I won't need that much developer to make that happen. I had a tiny bottle of volume 10 developer, which I used only about half of. So there's the other half there. And that is important because I actually bought 2 tubes of dye. One was this lavender color, and the other is a darker wild orchid, is what it's called. Which is basically just like a more saturated jewel tone version of this. Mostly because I was afraid that if I fucked it up, I could have something to put over it, and it would look fine in that case. But that kind of means that when this fades out, if I want to just do my own hair, I have everything to do it again. Even if it fades out faster than the salon color normally would, which we're going to definitely see how long this lasts, because I mean, if I did it in the middle of December, my current record is about 6 months before I needed to get my hair done again. So we'll see if I can manage that again, or something close to it even, in which case overall this might just cost me less money. I mean, the one thing I didn't get for that $75 is a haircut, which for about $75 is how much I get my stylist up by my parents' house, where she'll do haircut, color, and style. So I didn't get the color. I mean, I didn't get the cut, basically. Oh, hold on. I gotta take a look at this email real quick. Boop. Okay. Yeah. respond to that later. So yeah, interesting experience yesterday. Capped off by the fact that when I went to bed, I felt like I had a bit of a sore throat that had kind of persisted throughout the day, and that was starting to concern me a little bit. It almost felt like it was a little tight in my chest as well, and I felt like my legs were very achy. And I was like, "Fuck, do I have COVID?" And it was made even worse by the fact that when all this happened and I started feeling the tightness in my chest, it was like, let me go check my oxygen level. So I actually have a little oximeter that I stole from my mother. She gave it to me last year when I tested positive for COVID. Still don't really know if I actually had COVID or not, but I tested positive for COVID and I had it with me the whole time that I was in isolation just to keep checking my oxygen levels in case something went wrong. And if it went too low, then I knew to like, got to get to the hospital. So I sat down, popped this on, and anything under a 95 is concerning. And I hit 93. And so this starts beeping like crazy because you're like, you're fucking dying. You need to go to the hospital now. And I'm like, okay. But I tried it on another finger and then it was saying 100 oxidization level. So I'm like, wait a minute, I can't be both 93 and 100. So then I tried it on the same finger again. It said 99. And I'm like, okay. That tightness in your chest, Patrick, that's called anxiety. So, yeah, the sore throat was probably because, despite the fact that we have steam heat in this house, it is still drier than not having heat and it being, you know, warmer outside with more humidity in the air. So my nasal passages were drying out when I sleep, have been drying out when I sleep. Mucus hits it to try and counteract that. That ends up with a postnasal drip as I sleep as well. And that postnasal drip turns into a sore throat that kind of persists throughout the day. Because today I woke up and there was no sore throat at all. And the legs being achy, well, I neglected to remember that on Friday I went to the gym. Of course they ache. God damn it. Why wouldn't they? You just went to the gym and ripped them to shreds, basically. And of course they ache the next day. So yeah, back in the realm, it's still that mindset still hasn't gone away since like April of 2020, but like that mindset of, is it allergies or is it COVID? Is it this or is it COVID? Is it a cold or is it COVID? Oh, I was panicking with the oximeter. I was panicking. But luckily, I am, at least to my understanding, neurotypical and therefore do not have like anxiety disorder. So me having an anxious moment right then and there, I still was like, stay calm, try another finger. I don't have to worry about having like debilitating anxiety attacks because that's just not something that I deal with. So if anyone else were in that situation in this household, even it would have been very different. But yeah, I'm tired of the is it this or is it COVID neuroses that's in my brain. Thanks, Panini. Just burning that hole in my brain that'll probably take years to unravel, but here we are. We all need therapy. Yeah. Also, hi Tina. It has been a while. Welcome back. You're just in time for me to talk about the next thing that I'm going to do on stream, which is still not play the game, but we're going to do an experiment. So I have here a cup of ice, and then I have here 2 ingredients that I will put into said cup of ice. Cherry Coke and root beer. Because according to TikTok, if you mix these in equal parts, it tastes like Dr. Pepper. Now, I also have Dr. Pepper out in the living room that I can test with, if need be. But I also feel like I know what Dr. Pepper tastes like enough that I will try this. So, it's time to try this. I wasn't even actually planning on doing this on stream. I just realized today that I needed to get some more drinks for the house, and then while I was there at the little corner store around the corner, I really just say corner store around the corner. I'm fucking okay. At the corner store, I was like, let me just actually try this. And then was like, because I was just like, I'll try it for lunch, because I got lunch there. Elliot, fun fact, they were open for lunch today. Um, so I mean, yes, your first thought, just get Dr. Pepper, very valid. However, this is actually important to me because apparently my campus is a Pepsi campus, which means that while Dr. Pepper is actually owned by an independent company, it is a smaller company than either PepsiCo or Coca-Cola. And they sometimes just don't have Dr. Pepper. Like, they have a spot for it, and sometimes they just don't have it in the store that's in the thing. But they always have Coke, and they always have root beer. So, if I can make cherry Coke and root beer taste like Dr. Pepper, so that I can satisfy a particular craving on a day where I don't want to drink tea anymore, then I'm going to give it a shot. Now, that being said, they don't have cherry Coke often, so I may have to make do with just regular Coke. But, if this doesn't taste vile, then that's a possibility. The other thing, too, is I would probably want to use just like cans instead of full 20-ounce things, because I don't want to like... I don't know if it matters about the root beer. That is a very good point. And I will be honest, that mug is not my preferred brand. I much prefer Barks. So, but they didn't have any of that at the corner store either. So I'm just kind of, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. Today is a day of experimentation. So we're going to add some root beer in first to about the halfway point. A little more than that because the ice is offsetting it. And then some cherry Coke. And so much fizziness. Well, that's about equal. So I'm gonna find the caps that I have for this. I have no idea what kind of absolute messiness I'm about to get into. The other thing, too, is I really wanted a snack to eat on stream, and I realized after I had hit the button that to start the stream and put myself on a 10-minute timer that wasn't happening on camera, I wanted a snack and did not have enough time to go out and get a thing of goldfish, because I really wanted goldfish. So I have peanut butter crackers instead, but I'm going to do a small twist and have Nutella to dip them in. Very good idea, by the way. Not good for you at all, but like, okay. Cheers. It's not. No, this isn't Dr. Pepper. It's not bad, but it's not Dr. Pepper. It's not even like a Dr. Pepper knockoff. This doesn't taste... Maybe I need more cherry Coke, perhaps. Maybe it's not equal parts, but like, yeah, I'm disappointed. Because like the account that I saw this on was a guy who does like a bunch of... Like he's a mixologist, and people will send him like drink things that they find, or like, this plus this equals something like this. There was one recently that was it sounded really good, and I was like, I want to try that sometime, but it involves some liquor that I don't have, so I was like, we'll save that for later. But sometimes people will send him non-alcoholic things, and one of them was root beer plus Coke tastes like Dr. Pepper. And he tried it on camera, and he's like, oh my god, this is ridiculous, this tastes just like Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, okay, well, all of his other videos so far have been well reviewed and seem to be legit, so why would he lie about this one? Maybe it's possible, Ragnarok, like you mentioned, that it could be a different root beer that makes it taste better, but I don't know. I don't taste a lot of what could be Dr. Pepper in this, even. Like, the flavors don't seem right to me. Again, it's fine, but okay. I will say my TikTok timeline has gotten very not funny lately. Not that it's like not trying to be, it's just I haven't seen things that actually make me laugh in a while. Hmm. Except for the Christmas store one, the Christmas Holiday Village, that was good. There is this account that I follow that's called like Characters Theater or something like that. And from what I understand, it's basically like a bunch of actors or playwrights that go and do like um it's like what's it called? I don't really know how to explain it exactly. They do like little character sketches basically. It's always one person up on stage. They do like a bit of, sometimes it looks like they're doing improv, other times it looks like they're doing like short plays that they wrote themselves to kind of display this caricature sometimes. And oh my god, the one that I saw recently was great. It was a three-parter and it was like a woman who was like walking through the woods and wished that she could have her own Christmas village store, and then she heard this like deep booming voice that said like your wish is granted, and she like signed her name on the thing being like what could possibly go wrong, and it turns out that she's now trapped inside a Christmas store that where everything is somehow demonically possessed, and she can't leave until she sells it all. So it's her doing like a fake commercial being like, come on down to Bev's Christmas Emporium. I'm slashing prices left and right. Please buy things. And like life size, she has a whole bunch of props and it all is like great. She's like, picks up a gingerbread man at one point. And I think this is the video that shot. She picks up a gingerbread man, she bites the foot off, and you just hear screaming. She's like, that's right. The gingerbread men feel pain. It's also the only food in the store. She takes another bite and then puts it down while it's still screaming. And then she even mentions on like the thing, she's like, I've tried to end it. It doesn't work. I have to sell everything. She stabs herself in the chest, and then like there's a pocket in the apron right there. She kind of starts looking down. She pulls out a bunch of red tinsel and she's like, no blood, just tinsel. 10.99 and like moves on. It, you know, that account, every time something comes out of it, I do enjoy it. This is a weird aftertaste. Boop. All right, let's get this thing going. We have to talk about this African prince with lots of money from the country of Africa, because I feel like that's kind of where we're going. The fact that Phillip, the prior of Kingsbridge, who I don't believe has ever left the British Isles, though he has traveled from, you know, Wales to England, so there's that at least, I guess, right? Um, let me see if I just messed up my hair a lot or not. I did. I can't win. Hold on. My hair is a little bit too long, so now it's like getting into the cup of my headphones. But like, okay, okay, you need to stop. All right, there we go. Oh, it's not all her. It's not all her. It's like recordings of it's recordings of a stage show, I think it is really, where the actors do a bunch of character based sketches, and this was one of the sketches. Let me actually see if I can find it real quick, because I believe it was very recent and I don't. Oh. that got flagged as sensitive content, which is hilarious, and it's just someone going around Red Dead Redemption killing people that say they're racists. Um, it's still a great account, don't get me wrong. It's still great, but um, did I not like it? In which case it won't be on here. Oh shit. Womp womp. I don't like very many videos because I don't want, I basically like them if I want to come back to them. And I guess I didn't want to do this. And I don't, how do you, there we go. I don't know. Let me just search Holiday Village Theater. Huh, I don't know that this is gonna work. Ah, I found it! Bev's Holiday Village. Okay, the account is characters underscore welcome. I don't know if that's characters underscore underscore welcome because it's a very long underscore. I don't know if this is gonna, this is, nope, it's not. Okay. But yeah, okay. Full vids on YouTube, original characters by New York City's best and brightest comedians. This one in particular was Bev's Holiday Village, part 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, the whole account is marvelous. I'm just gonna go ahead and save this to myself. I can forward it to the Discord later. And Broadway Barbara. Broadway Barbara is one of my absolute favorites. She's so good. Broadway Barbara official. And she just came out with a sequel to my favorite video of hers talking about Fosse's dance moves. But like the original is still the best one I have ever, the best thing I have ever found on TikTok. I swear to God. I have yet to post any TikToks myself. I don't know what I would do. This feels kind of the same way that I felt during Vine, where I saw people that I know even sometimes, although not in this case. No one I know is on TikTok posting, it seems. People I know on TikTok are just consuming, which is all I'm doing too. It's like I see people doing, I saw people doing Vines and I was like, this looks fun and it looks like they're having fun and they're funny as well, and I feel like I could probably do this, but I have no idea what the fuck to say that is possibly funny. Didn't help that half of the humor is just absurdist, that's just kind of burned into memedom. So and that's kind of it now. I can't remember what account it is, but it's the lady who does like, it's the girl who does like weird Starbucks things. And they just get weirder and weirder. I just saw one not the other day that was like stitched with one of those, duetting with one of those, and was like, now summon the entity. There are multiple entities cited, multiple entities cited. Can you give me all your money? Sure. All right, let's play this game. How about we play the game? You know, the thing that we all came here for. Oh, and actually, because today is another day, before I start playing the game, actually, I'm going to quickly pull up he doesn't do anything. I mean, yeah, that's the problem. If you don't have a thing that the words Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I want to say I already own the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Pretty sure I already own the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I can check. Yep, already own it. Never mind. Okay, actually hit the play button. If you have a pet, then like that's an easy way to get like wicked popular. But then on the other hand, that pet has to do something, which, ooh, wrong thing. There we go. Shit, it's still not coming through the right. Hold on. It's going through my speakers and not my headphones. So we're gonna close that. Double check that this says headphones. Okay, and then we're gonna start playing it again. Because I don't want them to come out of there. I want them to come out of here. Ah, there we go. You guys hear this okay? Let me know that I didn't mess up my own very difficult audio settings. Okay, good. Glad to hear. I'm gonna try adding just like a little bit more cherry coke to this and see if that improves this taste, but I have a feeling I'm probably just gonna drink these separately after this point. I just do not have that much care to continue this experiment as is. All right.
A Saracen? I knew not her powers or destination.
Yeah, see, now this is just tastes like there's more.
Many miles. Many bore witness to her miracle before it dawned upon me.
Oh, there's like a whole bunch of people I can talk to here.
Oh, home. But where?
You don't need to be here, if it's too loud for you.
It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge.
Doesn't trust this either. Always opposed to the new and everything I say. Sounds like Remigius.
Brother Reynold. I've heard of a Reynold from the coast. A scheming drunkard who lives as a traveling monk.
You think that's him?
Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. I don't trust him either way.
I mean,
This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered
Jonathan.
my question.
They're about to show the miracle. Look.
She said,
oh, poor boy.
"You shall build me a new church in
Camels?
They look almost like horses.
So we set off, with the blessing of Archbishop
Hollow.
Theobald of Canterbury.
Wicker basket covered in
And
pelt.
And we didn't see that coming. We didn't see that coming at all.
across Normandy.
You wanna let me talk to her? No?
All the
There we go. Optimistic, curious, usually not naive.
What do
Huh.
you think of this procession?
They seem well intended, and we could use the money.
devout.
Yeah, practical. I mean, she's like, hey, if they're gonna give us money, I don't care what they say they are.
Madonna.
Fair enough.
This church,
Are there peacocks in Africa?
Kingsbridge.
Do you speak English?
No English, no campandare, no.
Oh, what's this? I think you might have stepped into horse dung.
What, where?
Ah!
No English, is it?
Just un poco, si.
Could you talk to this man, Martha?
Yes, it's strange. He was quite talkative just a moment ago. He told me he was from Damascus in Africa.
Isn't Damascus in Arabia?
There's one in Africa too.
There's one in Africa too!
Pretending you can't speak English.
No inglese, malada.
Weeping Madonna has
Achievement unlocked, nothing but make-believe. Oh, there is a small baby in the background. There's a small child.
will tell you again.
Who
Dear
is
brothers and
who are these
sisters.
people?
My
Audience.
dear people,
Oh, I'm so excited to see a true miracle.
Did you hear that? The Madonna has chosen us.
She's come all the way from Africa.
The Weeping Madonna.
Nope, you are being outclassed, buddy.
All of you.
Can I go back? Nope. Around the corner.
You must be thinking, how can he be so sure?
Not now. Okay, interesting.
I was not. I only had
Yeah, I was gonna say, that baby stayed the same size for several months, right?
destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles.
please, everyone.
Shh! We want to listen to his story.
And I will tell you again. She is a true miracle that will change your life
Tell me the truth.
as she
Why are you
changed
here?
mine.
We are guardians of the Holy Virgin that sheds tears. We were appointed by the Archbishop of Canterbury, but it was the Holy Virgin herself who chose us while she travelled through Europe.
Oh, yes. How did that happen?
She speaks without words.
Bore witness to her miracle.
Alright,
She wanted
that is a small child.
But where? It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge. You heard me correctly. It was a long journey. The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway
Seems familiar.
named Africa. A baptized Saracen was her former guardian.
I
I
am
and the
Phillip.
custodians
Who
of
are
the
you,
Holy
young man?
Virgin were chosen to take her on a journey.
Baptized?
A Saracen?
Don't
And
you
I
want
will
to see
tell
the
you
miracle
again.
too?
She is a true miracle.
He's seen it before. He knows what's up.
He changed mine.
That's not fit for a shrine.
Many bore witness to
We're
her
gonna
miracle.
do something about it.
Nothing sacred about this.
Dawned upon me.
Okay.
She wanted to, but when
Going back to the front, I guess.
it
Oh,
came
different view.
in a dream, it was King. Can you feel it? Brothers and sisters, you are about to witness a miracle. The Madonna knows how you have suffered. The Virgin Mother had to witness the rise and fall of her Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, and never stopped believing. Kingsbridge has endured many hardships. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burned to the ground,
How do you know this?
and your new one collapsed even before construction was finished. You have suffered the ruthless destruction of your market, homes, and
All right.
lives.
Dada!
All of you have lost husbands, wives, and children, family and friends.
Dada!
All of you know how it is to be hungry and
Yeah, we're following.
Jack!
Hey!
Phillip.
But this is...
A miracle, isn't it? Or something along those lines.
But how?
We thought it was time to give Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Well, Philip? Do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy?
Awkward. This is... He's a man of the church.
It's been almost 3 years since I last saw you, Jack. Where on earth did you find him?
I'd almost given up looking for him. Then Tommy found him.
That's not how it happened, if I remember correctly.
Come back.
This is our home, after all.
Then what on earth is all this? This miracle?
With the Madonna, we were able to collect donations for your priory and for Kingsbridge.
Really?
We can start anew. We can rebuild the cathedral.
What's the catch?
Does it
Get
catch?
to be master builder.
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France and Spain. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colors, and ideas. Oh, you should have seen it. They combined rib vaulting and pointed arches. I want to do that. That's why.
Why here?
Because this is home.
Condemn their lies? That's awful. Wow. This man, doubt that the money suffices. This man is turned bitter.
The townspeople probably think that's enough to build a whole cathedral. But to me, it looks like about £100. You know, that won't even pay for a year's work.
Like all of this, it's a symbol. Enough for a fresh start.
And the Madonna will stay here. Kingsbridge will attract visitors and donations again.
You mean I should be thankful for these lies and tricks?
Jack! Aliena! You came back!
That's yummy.
Wanted to see you, little sister.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. But look at you! And the little one!
Tommy,
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge. Richard shows up every now and then, and Ellen returned to the forest.
we need to visit her.
Father lives with her now.
Tom is still alive. Yay.
I'm glad you're back.
Aww.
Very glad.
Happy reunion moment.
She will weep for your suffering, Kingsbridge. She knows your pain.
What now?
The miracle!
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes!
Look at her. Heavens.
They're shining!
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's impossible.
Well,
Why are you weeping? She is mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
this is really awkward as someone from modern times. But like, hey, if it helps.
Through her faith in all of your lies, Mary has found a miracle. We can't keep trying to repair Kingsbridge by ourselves.
Why is the dark evil music happening?
We're struggling to keep things as they are.
But we can't afford to hire help.
Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James's time.
All these past years, my advice was good enough for you. But it appears you've changed your mind now, again.
It is time we started doing something to wake up and make Kingsbridge what it used to be. We did before and we can do it again.
I'm not willing to accept a risk like that. Don't you remember what happened last time? My, how easily we forget.
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random strangers to make things better.
This is gonna get bad.
Philip, why in God's name have you stood by and let this happen? They're tricking us into giving them money for false idols.
They are giving us money.
So that we'll place this idol in our priory? Do you approve of this?
Shut up, Remigius, indeed. I'm gonna say it. It's a miracle. It looks like it. It walks the talks.
People need hope, and these travelers are giving them hope. Yes, it is a deception, but with good intentions.
No, alright, never mind.
Mary speaks again. Is that not a true miracle?
You fell for them. You really did. And now you joyfully take part in their deceptions. I'm warning you. I cannot support a prior who tolerates heresy.
Fucking asshole.
It won't sway me.
Yeah.
No matter how unconventional, their return and their gift are a blessing.
You made your decision.
Suck it.
Gwyneth. And now, I make mine. I resign. I'm leaving the Priory.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. You've been a thorn in my side this whole fucking time. Fucking leave. Bye. Seriously. Like, what did you bring? What did you bring? What did you actually do here? You can find somebody else to fill your post. God.
You got so big, Tommy. And you're just as shy as your father was.
Don't let him fool you. Usually, he's always up to something.
Family reunion. Aww.
We are so proud of you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Is she still here? Your wife, Agnes?
No. Ellen and Martha moved her to Kingsbridge. She got a proper burial this time.
Will you come back with us too?
Would you want that?
Yes. I need your help with the cathedral. Philip and I have big plans.
Aww.
We'll come.
Yay.
We found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
Really? What were they like?
It was a smaller mispronunciation. It was fine.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him, like his father.
You gonna talk about the big twist yet?
It does.
Yep. We gonna talk about it?
But they never came for him or asked about him.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship?
No.
The king's family drowned.
My father was there. He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
He told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes. But I know...
Start spilling.
I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name. I fell in love. I helped him escape. But in the end, they caught up with us.
What happened then?
Back, Felicia. Seriously. God, don't come in.
I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet. He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
Sang sweeter than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever.
Possible trigger warning here. I mean, if it's not already obvious. Hanging?
His freedom.
Like right there. Yeah.
No! No!
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Who were they?
The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley. Friar James of Kingsbridge. And Archdeacon Waileran Bygod. No mercy.
Interesting!
I curse you! All of you! He will return to haunt you! One day, you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness and regret.
Well, 2 out of 3. Her curse is working out pretty well.
They killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
Like I said, 2 out of 3. There's 1 left. Hey, Waileran.
We welcome our new prior, Remigius. He helped to recover the bones of the Saint of Kingsbridge, Adolphus, from the hands of thieves. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter of a few years until the cathedral will be finished. And the Earl of Shiring has promised to support us. But he has...
seeing the whole main cast in the front row, and I want to know why the fuck they're there.
The Earl is not a selfish man. His mother, Lady Hamley, is sick. More and more, I feel the whole of England is suffering from a sickness. The sickness of war, poverty, and most of all, heathen beliefs.
Does corruption work?
Spoken to God.
Oh, you have... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
But God told me...
Can I pause?
Only when
Nope.
this great cathedral is finished will he have a temple to reside in. No matter the cost, this shall be a towering castle to protect us from evil and false beliefs. With this cathedral, we will bring an end to the dark times.
Waileran Bygod.
Jack, what are you doing here?
Really gonna do this?
My father died by your hands, Waileran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here.
Who are you?
I know that man. He's that bastard from Kingsbridge.
That man is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls, and by the word of the king.
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and fulling mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild. All workers
I'm here for the defiance.
come and work for us.
Oh, preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.
There's some weight there. Some weight behind those words. Okay. Okay. Is there anything here that just sounded weird for a minute? Okay. Okay, but like I have things. I have questions for any of those who are ex or non-practicing or whatever, just related to the Catholic thing. I thought the whole point of the church's hierarchy is that the only person who can truly speak for God, who can truly speak to God, is the Pope. And like everyone under him, like, and that's where he gets his divine right to rule the church or whatever. I don't fucking know. I'm not a Catholic. So I might have a really Irish Catholic name, but I'm not actually Irish Catholic. I thought the whole point of the church's hierarchy was that the man at the top, the Pope, is the only one who can speak to and speak from God. So why is a bishop? Archdeacon? No, bishop. He's still a bishop. Why is a bishop speaking to God? And isn't that sacrilege of its own? Just saying. Like, anyone can hypothetically talk to God. Huh, okay. Because I thought one of the whole things that made Protestantism so radical at the time was that there were certain sects, especially I think Calvinists were the big ones to first do this, where they basically said you don't need a priest to speak with God. You can do it on your own through your own prayer. Anyway, he's still an asshole. Just trying to find ways to make him more of an asshole. At least within his own framework. What is this? That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Again, not Catholic. I don't understand these things. My raised religion was very granola / academic, which really fits with my personality, to be honest. It was literally like, how can we think through religion that much? Like, we want this to be a thinking thing.
3 years of drought. 3 years of hunger and poverty.
Well, things aren't going well for anybody, it sounds like.
Brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and villages.
Ah, I see. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers
Hey,
to finish their
yeah, I can't see either way, but...
Many had died. The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt.
Very pretty.
4 weeks the storm had raged on. It was then that our cathedral gave up its last secret.
That spot keeps cracking.
Everything changed.
What's behind the wall with the rats?
Tom! told you you wouldn't like the sight of this.
It looks bad, but it's not the wall I'm worried about. It's good you sent the workers home during the storm. Now do us all a favor and do the same. Go home. Your children hardly get to see you. Tommy and Sally have been asking about you all morning.
And Sally? There's another one? Yeah, okay. Tommy is now 12 years old. Little sister Sally is 9. Martha looks after both of them. Some believe Martha and Richard are in love, but if that's true, they're keeping their secret well guarded. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that marriage to Alfred's gonna come back and bite them both in the ass.
If the storm works, I work.
My cathedral was never designed to be this high.
I know. I reinforced the walls. It cannot be the height.
What else was damaged? I'd look myself, but I dare not come closer. If your mother knew I was up here at all, she'd kill me.
Both of us.
What?
She would kill both of us.
I have a feeling you're not gonna find out the cause up here, but you know.
One day, people will fly like birds.
Okay.
On the wind. Rashid told me.
Ah.
Until then, stay away from the edge.
Point taken.
The storm makes it worse, but I don't believe it's the cause of our problem. I don't think we have a problem here. The roof looks all right. Are you all right?
Climbing up here isn't as easy as it used to be.
Yeah. Do you want to take a break?
I'm fine. Better watch out for yourself. Wouldn't want to see the wind pushing you over the edge there.
I'm fat enough to be safe, don't worry. You think the cause of the problem is up here?
Well, the wall ruptured up here first.
It could be the storm.
That's true. But as you said, you reinforced the walls. Something's wrong somewhere. Now that we're up here, we may as well start looking here.
Except I don't think it's up here.
Over here, the vaulting looks weak.
If the vaulting was unstable, it could pull the wall inward and damage it. Especially with this storm putting pressure on the wall from the outside.
We have to find out.
It is kind of weird, yeah. He's supposed to be dead.
If our problem gets worse or not.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Are you really just gonna make it bigger?
Me neither, but I'll have to fix it either way. The vaulting is cracked.
It's locked. Ooh! Oh, I don't think we need to make it bigger. It's just gonna collapse on its own, sweetie.
If we don't find out what's causing this, then the whole east wall will come down. The storm is making it worse.
You're right. What about Aliena?
She should be on her way back from Winchester now.
Oh, I hope she's all right in this.
Yeah, I hope so too. No. I don't want to break more stones loose.
That won't help solving my problem.
Now's not the time to fix this.
Okay.
First, I need to find out what caused all of this. If I make it worse, then we'll at least know what the problem is.
If I make it worse, we'll know what it is. Oh, yay, QTE is my favorite. Hey, we did it.
All right. One more time.
More? Okay. Flawless logic, I know, right? Let's just make it worse. And then we'll know, right?
What happened?
If the vaulting were unstable, this part should have collapsed and the wall would retract.
So, the cause of our problem is not up here?
No.
When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack. No matter what we did, it always came back. Remember?
Try the foundation.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, nobody thought about this before now.
The same wall, we rebuilt it.
Because it's the foundation.
It's not have been the same in both cases.
It's the foundation.
The crypt.
How kept the whole foundation there as it was?
But it never had to carry this much weight before.
You're right. If the cause of our problem is down there, we'll find it. You go ahead.
Don't you need help?
I'll manage. Just don't tell your mother.
Don't you fucking dare die right now. Don't you fucking dare. If he dies because he fell, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. I swear to God.
Enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so, too. I would be honored if he read my book.
Philip is so old now.
I really am worried about you.
There is no need for you to worry.
Jonathan's like a man.
A book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote, even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Well,
is that not a good thing if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Huh? Do you?
Philip's second book. Oh, there's a new one. What do we got? Suggests that we all carry a godly spark because God created man. While it may sometimes feel as if God has abandoned us, God is indeed always closer to us than anything else. Our soul is of a divine nature. It means that man does not have to wait for salvation from the outside, that we can all change the world around us ourselves. We can plant a seed and God in turn will make it grow. Philip's message of hope is heard all around in all of England and other parts of Europe. The church is highly critical of the text. His first book, Philip had only criticized fake miracles. Now he seems to claim that us, as all men are equally divine, members of the clergy are not closer to God's glory than any other man. He's a Protestant. That's it. He's a full-on Protestant. Not even a question at this point. Hello. I don't want to use a hammer and chisel on the tree. That'd be mean.
Jack.
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there.
That's a lie.
Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the Fleece Fair.
Of course she did.
Should be on her way back now.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get worse.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late.
I think I know what caused the problems we have with the East Wall.
Wonderful. You know, I just realized that the crack in the wall reminds me of the one that the old cathedral had.
The one that burned down?
Yes.
There's so many.
When I visited after Prior James died.
So many people that have missed connections here.
No. I remember that I thought the crack looked like a finger, pointing at the sinners of Kingsbridge.
A grim thought.
I was not happy with the state of Kingsbridge back then. I admit that.
You'll be happy when I get that problem fixed. If I get it fixed.
F, key point.
Jonathan is probably right. Aliena will be fine. Still, I'd feel better if she was here with us. I'll let them know when it's fixed.
Alright.
That's not the way to the crypt.
No, it isn't, but I am an RPG player, so I'm used to clicking on literally everything.
Not before I find out what's making my wall cave in.
Yeah, this is a much different looking cathedral than before.
That couldn't be causing the trouble we have with the East Wall. Once I know what caused this, we can reinforce the wall and fix it. But only if that storm ever stops. Phillip is right. It does look like a finger, pointing right at the crypt.
Because there's a secret down there. Sure.
I better wait for Tom. I know he doesn't want to miss anything.
Subtle way the game developers there found a way to create a scene that would work in case Tom did die or didn't die without having to include him.
The first cracks are showing.
That means we were right. The cause of the instability must be down here.
The ground.
Could be.
The drought could have made it worse.
We'll find out. Yes, she has an influence on people, but I doubt she could make the walls tumble down. Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. But the reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's sermons.
Oh, yeah.
He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope.
The Madonna might be the reason that the people started coming back, but...
Do you want to work on this one?
Go ahead. I need some time to catch my breath. Don't look at me like that. I'm fine.
Again, if you die, my mother will kill me.
The Foundation itself.
We'll know soon enough. If there's dry sand behind there, we know it's the ground.
Just be careful when you work on that wall.
Let me guess, another QTE?
If it's the ground and the foundation, the whole wall could cave in.
No pressure.
Here we go. But...
No pressure.
But what?
I think I can feel a draft.
What?
One more time.
Secret room.
Jack, watch out!
It's all right.
Could you just have pushed that in to begin with?
Dear God.
These stones, they've been removed before.
The mortar is missing on most of them.
Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
An entrance?
To what?
That's what we'll find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you. Jack?
Jack?
I'm all right. I just hit my head. It's dark in here. There's a whole room here. A chamber.
What's that?
I'll get a torch.
Philip,
Is that a bed?
you stay here.
Is this a kinky sex dungeon?
Is that a coffin?
Secret sex dungeon. Yeah, same wavelength.
It's a bed.
What? There's a bed in here. What? Jonathan, we need that torch.
It's made of leather.
A leather bed?
Oh, it's a whip.
Oh.
What is that doing?
It is a sex dungeon. It's a whip. You don't want to pick it up?
What's a whip doing here?
What is a whip doing here? Great question. Who would hide a whip?
That's not wood. It's metal. Gold, even.
I have the torch.
All right, come in here. Should be safe.
Yes.
I need to see what this is.
Did you know about this place?
No.
I mean, the Catholic Church's lines between self-penance and bondage seems to be very thin.
When I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral.
Ah, is that the, yeah, the one that, Jacques was supposed to have stolen?
Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
Is that so?
Mother told me.
Is that so?
They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death.
We already know
They
all
hanged
of this.
him in Shiring for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge. The whip. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral.
Yeah, this is where you're gonna reveal that you burnt it down
There was
yourself.
a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me.
So he telling me that
Like my father.
Prior James,
Framing your father while he hid the cup here.
But it couldn't have been James you saw.
hadn't actually committed suicide,
Before the fire.
then died in the fire.
You said they never found his body. Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack. You were in the burning cathedral.
Oh, I was wondering when they were gonna notice that. A good question. Uh-oh, I'm gonna turn to the guide for this one. Oh, it doesn't matter. He figures out the truth anyway, so might as well. Except you didn't really do it. Like, that's important. It was an accident.
And then I told Phillip what I'd done.
Wow, we just didn't want to animate that scene.
I didn't say anything.
It's still got blood in it? Oh god. After Jack told Philip that he believed Prior James was alive the day the cathedral burned down, Philip remembered that only weeks before, the choir did not dare to sing because they thought they heard some chastising himself in the crypt. We thought it was an owl, but maybe it was actually James in the secret room. Clever. Clever! I don't remember this. Meanwhile, in the bad place. Oh, my.
Wailerin, what do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these, while your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promised them miracles. And you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again?
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention
so gross.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife? They've not returned yet, Lord William. Then get me a whore! Now!
Disgusting. After over 15 years of civil war, the battle between Stephen and Maud, England was more divided than ever. Final confrontation at Wallingford, Empress Maud's son Henry II and Stephen arranged a truce. The treaty was later signed in Winchester and Westminster. According to this treaty, Stephen will remain king until his death and then be succeeded by Henry II. The treaty further states that all decisions regarding land which were made during Stephen's reign are immediately reverted and restored to the time of King Henry I. That means that the earldom of Shiring again belongs to the heirs of Bartholomew and not to the Hamleys. But who would dare go against William Hamley? Alright. Ding ding ding. Round 3. Aliena's still not out of the fight. She's coming back. I know, woe is right. Oh, okay. We are moving. Fuck! Damn QTEs. Make me do it again. Sure, fine, why not, you know? Yeah, nailed it. Again. Nailed it again. Just walked in. Hi, whose house is this?
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester.
Oh shit, I missed something.
Caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Help me!
Yeah, I wanna... What? Can I load... How do I... What if I do this? Damn it. It definitely stayed. Well, let's see.
Excuse me, haven't you heard it too?
Anyone?
Didn't you hear that?
Hmm.
Out here! I'm out!
This is... bizarre.
Hello? Oh dear, are you hurt?
My horse! It fell! I can't move!
Take my hand! We'll get you inside!
Oh, I remember this now. Okay.
We'll only be here until it's safe to leave.
I missed finding her.
We won't bother you.
Just looking around at everyone being like, right? We won't bother her, right?
I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
Mm-hmm.
She took her.
Should have let her die. We would all be better off without someone like her.
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much left.
We still have our lives.
Anyone want to take a wild guess at who Elizabeth is?
You still have yours.
Can't I? Because it's here, or?
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
I don't like this.
Hold your horses. We'll see what happens.
Hey, what are you going to do with that?
I'm just going to borrow it.
Let's try to get along until the storm passes.
I like the old woman. She's nice. I'm nervous about this guy over in the corner with a fucking knife. Can't even look at him, let alone do anything with him.
She's avoiding eye contact.
You should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Be assured, I will leave as soon as the storm ceases.
What's she doing now?
I don't know. I think she's freezing.
Shush! Let her eat.
Thank you.
Maybe we should be kinder to her.
No, they don't deserve our kindness.
Eat this. You must be hungry.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What?
Do you want her to starve?
Please, don't start a fight.
Just try to ignore him. I am.
Come on.
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blanket.
Can't you see she's freezing?
It's all right. It's just a blanket.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced my last one for less than that.
Divorced? Oh, he's just been beside himself ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you people are doing to us.
Stop bullying her! Can't you see she's upset? How do they know you? This isn't right.
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess that's how it is when your husband holds an office like that. He has to do a lot of things people don't like. And sometimes they recognize me, too.
Wait. Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
William Hamley.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't abandon me too. I swear, I'm not... I can't...
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. I had accepted the
So does
arrangements with goodwill.
pretty much everyone else in this room.
He had other plans. How do you know him?
Well, I'm gonna be blunt about it. No need to be diplomatic. Let's just...
He wanted to marry me when I was your age. Apparently, he likes young girls, no matter how old he gets.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come you didn't?
He was a beast. So I refused.
You refused him?
Confidence building.
A lot of misery.
Oh, you're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
I'm sorry.
He's no Earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
Asshole.
She has nothing to do with this. Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
Oh, give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamley? The abuse and the humiliation every single day.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Tom, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Let's play a game here.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her. If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
It's all right. You don't need to sacrifice yourself for me. Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
Is he now? There might be some penetration involved, though it's not the kind that William wants. Is that a kind of begging? Wait a minute. Daughter of Harold of Weymouth, a wealthy knight and supporter of Stephen, only 14 at the time of wedding. Woof. Whalerin, of course, why not, wed them in the cathedral of Shiring. Everyone of importance was invited to a large feast. Gentle girl probably felt honored to be chosen to become the Earl's wife. I dare not imagine how William treated her. One more reason to finally put an end to all of this. Well, she has a stabby stab. You found Elizabeth only after you entered the hut. I don't know if that's actually important or not. We are actually getting close to the end of this game, I believe. There are only 21 chapters, so we might be able to get through it today. I'm gonna have to find another game to play next week.
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book. But only you know what my words in those letters amount to. It is different with the book I have written. It has found its way into priories throughout England and beyond. Because of my book, I may have to talk to Bishop Henry. But that is not the only thing that keeps me awake tonight.
Does it matter, or am I going through all of them anyway? Does not matter. Okay.
Behind a wall in our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room. We do not know who built it. But it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial. And Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down. Was that him? And if so, did he burn in the fire that night?
No, he actually fell to his death from the roof that burned out from underneath him, but semantics at that point, you know.
The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws.
The Earl and the Outlaws, that sounds like a band name.
We believe the attackers were William Hamley's men. We have enough food to last us another few weeks. But life has come to a halt. Martha believes there will be rain soon. That the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she is right.
What storm they're talking about? It must have been written about if this is that. I'm curious now. Dust storm, 12th century. I don't remember exactly what year we're in. Or 1800. It doesn't go back any more than 1362, according to this. 1600s. It's not going to tell me anything about that, and this is it. Pillars of the Earth. Check their plot summary and see what it says. I don't know exactly where this is, though. I think this is added in to the game and not part of the thing here, which is strange. They are playing a little fast and loose with the timeline. James. Let's look at. Yeah, no, I think this is totally added to the game. Okay. There's famine and drought in
Jonathan worries about my book.
The book, but not a big storm. And the hidden room
he heard that Bishop Henry was less
isn't
than pleased
thing either.
I am not naive enough to pretend I do not know why. I wrote that hope is godly, and since God made each of us, hope and salvation are only to be found within ourselves. Henry sells hope, and I am giving it away for free.
Whoop.
If the church should ask me to
communism of hope
position, of course I shall do so. But I feel I must give our people what they need in these desperate times.
Whether they can afford it or not.
Write anything else, if this is what I truly believe.
I mean, it's like healthcare, you know.
It must be well after midnight. With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me it was an accident.
Which it technically was. He went up with intent, backed out at the last minute, And unfortunately, oh lord.
The saint! We must save the saint!
Oh, okay. No, this is
The whole roof is in flames!
remembering.
Don't go in there! But Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now to forgive Jack. Maybe because this confession comes too late, and from a man who I have learned to trust. This is the truth.
Every time you take a step forward with these characters, it's like 2 steps back in understanding.
I should get some air, Francis. The storm has settled down. Later. I need time to think. I don't like to indulge in my own writings. I know them by heart, but Jonathan insisted we keep them. Jack is still working. He always is. A magnificent cathedral, but I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
Really fucking creepy.
If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried, and that is Jack's fault.
I mean, I don't know that you can blame Jack when the man himself was pretending he was dead. I don't know. Like,
Jack started the fire. He should have told me.
he was a small feral child from the English woods whose mother hated monks because one of them killed her lover, husband, not sure if they were actually married or not. Like, again, lack of understanding. Somehow, these people, these characters, there we go.
Hello? I thought I saw someone.
Well, I think I see several someones.
That came from the kitchen.
What?
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
What are we gonna find? Oh, people.
There's someone in here.
Worried scoff.
Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk to them.
all right?
This is gonna go well, right?
Please, listen.
Yep, that's a knife.
We don't mean you harm.
Phillip, be careful!
Damn it!
Phillip, throw me a stone.
Fuck. Oh. Woo! I passed them both in the face.
It's him. Brother Marcus.
Well, awkward.
Marcus. He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food here from the kitchen. Because
all those years ago.
We just found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back.
Is he dead now? Like, did she fucking kill him?
You didn't mean for this to happen.
No, but...
The other one's just sitting there being like,
Don't be afraid.
Ah!
Ah! Jesus Christ.
Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child. Just like that. And I forgave him.
There you go.
For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge.
Yeah.
Just a child.
Yeah. Shit. Fucking.
Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw 2 of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
These poor souls were starving. Many are forced to turn to thievery because of the drought.
A true Earl's duty should be to protect his people.
Yes, that would be nice. Let's ask William Hamley for help, shall we?
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
But...
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Oh, great.
Language?
No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
Aww.
And we will. But
Yay.
we need to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's the outlaws we need to worry about.
Well, what do we do about it?
I mean...
You know, we could solve all our problems with one blow.
Be useful, Richard, for fucking once.
Or we could make them fight for us.
Fight for you?
Right! We could make them attack William Hamley. Huh. And while they're busy killing each other, we can plan a surprise attack.
I won't have any of that.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
Oh, Sally's cute.
We might not need a physical confrontation at all.
Yeah, but you need to get to Regan first.
We have to assault them and take back our father's castle. Even if that means fighting alongside the outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think, Aliena?
And I know what happens canonically. And I know what it's saying here in the thing, in the guide, but I'm curious if there's another path here. Let's see. Well, it's just a big to be continued at the end of this. Doesn't go any further than that? Yeah, no. This is the problem with playing smaller games like this, that there's no full thing here. Is that this though? Yeah, I keep getting shuffled back into the thing here. What is the thing? Loud noises. Looking at a thing right now. Ugh. What is this? This is too far. I've gone too far. Ugh, come on. Okay, hold on. Da, 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 da. This is not necessarily... This, I see. I see what this is doing. It is a good question, yeah. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that. I mean, it says literally here, you must choose Talk to the Outlaws in order to unlock an achievement, but it doesn't say that it's impossible to continue doing this, you know? I'm curious. Well, while I consider this, I actually really need to take a quick break. So, be right back. I'll continue considering this particular choice. So, yeah. Be back in a second. Okay, we're back. So, thinking this through a little bit, just based on how this game is going so far, there are two possibilities. One is, there are two possibilities if I choose the option that is not canon. The canon option is I will talk to the outlaws, we recruit them to our thing, and start attacking William Hamley on our own. I'm tempted to do the non-canon option because I just want to, like, see what it does. There are two possibilities. One is that it leads to a negative effect that I cannot take back, in which case I kind of wish that I had saved before this, which I did not. And I don't think I can right now. No, I cannot. The other possibility is that it ends up getting us to the same result anyway, and the difference is just those achievements, which, again, I do not really care. So it's like a 50-50 in my head, and I think I'm going to make the choice to go talk to Regan instead of the outlaws. I mean, this is the thing. I'm used to having saves, like several saves over and over again, but I'm also used to being able to see the auto-saves. Like, this game, for some reason, it auto-saves absolutely, but you can't load from an auto-save. You can only load from a manual one. So you have to consciously remember to save when you are able to. And that's the other thing that's frustrating, because I can't pull the menu up right now. I am hitting this button like crazy, and it will not let me pull it up. You can only pause and save when you have control of the character, and that is really frustrating to me. Because that is very old game design, and the railroads you in ways that I don't appreciate. Because now, if, for instance, I wanted to go back and play a different playthrough and experience a different thing, I either have to start all the way from the beginning or start from my last save. I can't just be like, start from this chapter, because I want to make all the same choices I made up to this point. I just want to see what happens if I do something different. Like, it kind of pulls that freedom of choice away from you. I think the reason that might be there, if there is a reason, because there's definitely the possibility, and the one that I am going to kind of defer toward, is that the developers just didn't think of it, or it didn't, it doesn't work with the engine, something along those lines. The other possibility, however, is that they are seeing this as a way to keep the integrity of the story together. And I get really annoyed when developers attempt to railroad you based on their idea of what the story should be. Because then you're not really playing a game anymore. You're playing a virtual novel, a visual novel, right? That's the line, I think, between a game that has a great story that you can make your own story and your own choices, and just a visual novel, a visual novel. I keep trying to call them virtual novels, but like, right. I mean, the Nancy Drew saves, that's because you're gonna fuck up.
I'll negotiate with Regan Hamley. I will go to Earl's Castle. Alone.
Are you serious, Ali?
I don't know if this is gonna work out okay or not.
Tight corner herself. She might well be willing to cooperate.
I do hope you're right.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
Undercover operation. Agent Aliena on the case.
And so, after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home.
And it's probably really fucking bad, isn't it?
Because I had failed to gain support from the people of Shiring, my only hope now was a deal with William Hamley's mother, Regan. A woman whose possible support was only guaranteed by rumor.
See, now you put it that way and you make it sound like I made the wrong choice. God damn it. That was context that would have been useful in the last choice you made me take.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
Well, there's a lot of dead bodies up there. That ain't cute.
Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, tributes, Jesus. I hope they choke on it.
Patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
Are you all right?
What do you think? Of course I'm all right. I'm more all right than anyone else in this crowd. Just because Lord Hamley insists on women to deliver the tributes, don't mean you have to send your youngest and prettiest. Fools.
Calm yourself. I'll make sure that nothing will happen to you. They took a woman in my town. She never came back. Nothing will happen to you if you just remain calm. I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Shut up!
Bloody
I already
beggars.
have one.
Come on. Come on. Wait.
I want to go home.
Why do I no longer have the ability to do anything?
You there.
Damn it. Not done.
I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
What? Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. He'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.
I have a feeling I don't want to talk to Walter.
Might lose shines. What if the next Earl has us all hanged?
Calm down. None of these royals really care about this shithole.
I know those two. They used to fight for father.
What about Bartholomew's children? There's a lot of bad blood there.
Well, the boy used to fight for Stephen, but as far as I know, he ran out of coin. Now he's just a good-for-nothing playing watchman for those monks in Kingsbridge.
And the Lady Aliena?
Don't make me laugh.
Keep listening. No, I want to keep. I want to.
I think you underestimate her.
Yeah, you do.
Some years back, I heard she almost cut up a priest in Winchester, put a knife to his throat, and robbed him dry.
Well.
She's a fury.
And you're a sissy.
All right. Oop, where are you going? Across the yard. There we go.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough.
Oh, hey, it's Elizabeth. Let's see if we can cash in on some help here.
What are you doing here? You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me watched.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork. I'll be out shortly. Wait a moment, then follow me.
Yeah, see, I'm feeling like this is
We don't have much time.
gonna be a cool.
Any moment now. So why did you come?
King Stephen has declared a truce with Empress Maud. William's tyranny is over. This land might finally see peace again.
That's why I'm here, to talk to his mother.
And what will become of me?
My brother will become the next Earl, but I'll run things alongside him. At the same time, I don't want to give up my wool trade, so you could help me there.
I want to help you. I really do. But I don't know how. I feel so useless.
Can you take me to Lady Hamley?
I wouldn't know how. Hugh Axe is watching me. He would never let you through. Only Walter and I are allowed inside the keep. Why don't you ask him? Walter.
Walter? William's dog?
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue.
He's not as bad as people say he is. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all I have left.
I will talk to Walter then.
Hurry up in there! Or do you want me to come in and pull you out?
I need to go.
Walter. Of all people, Walter. Oh. Where are you going? Okay.
Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family steward?
You got problems over there, Walter?
I need to talk to the Lady Hamley. I want you to take me to her.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. But why should I listen to you?
Have a heart.
So, you think I'm a nice bloke? And you think Lady Hamley really cares for someone like you? Don't make me laugh. Hugh!
What?
I promise, once my family is back in charge, things will get better for everyone.
This is a high-stakes game you're playing here, Aliena.
For all the starving people.
I don't believe you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide.
It worked. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna go.
My lady?
Elizabeth, could you get me some water, dear?
Yes, my lady. But first I need you to wake up, my lady. There is someone who wants to see you. It's the Lady Aliena.
The Lady Aliena.
Oh, after all this...
Bitch, become nobility again.
Oh, wow. All right.
You would do well to call me by my proper title.
Why should I?
I'm certain you've heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard that it's a muddled mess.
It is a complicated deal indeed, but one that will end the war. And one that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
You need to understand that there is great anger among the peasants of Shiring. Anger against your son, against you, even against that poor woman, Elizabeth. If your son doesn't step down, the people will take their land back by force.
That's a lie. My William is a better earl than your father ever was.
Is that so?
That I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours. Not a day goes by when I am not.
Why do I get the feeling this is going to railroad me onto the same old thing?
Fate. And that he sent that monk to Bishop Waleran to unveil your father's evil plan.
What monk?
That prior of Kingsbridge. Phillip of Gwynedd.
What?
Please, my lady, you need to hear her out.
Oh, my dear Elizabeth, don't you see what she is trying to do to us?
If you don't listen, things will get worse for everyone. People are starving because of your son. They will rise up and come for you. They're already attacking Kingsbridge. It's only a matter of time till they come here.
My lady, the Lady Aliena came here to make things better.
She has only ever made things worse. She mocked my son for wanting to marry her.
She had every right to deny him.
What? How can you say that? He is your husband. He's good to you.
If it wasn't for Walter, I'm sure William would have killed me already.
Oh.
What's going on here?
Oh boy.
What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
Is she? Is she now?
Leave it.
Oh, I didn't even have time to do that.
That whore up, Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
Ooh. Ooh. You know what? I'm not mad I went this way. Oh, are you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh. Spicy.
Is he dead?
He is. William Hamley is dead.
That's a nice sentence.
What now?
Now, we tell his men.
Drop your weapons immediately!
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring!
Speech, 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 speech.
Everyone, listen! Lord Hamley is dead! The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What? You're shitting us!
It was the King's wish.
Who killed him?
He died because he refused to hand over Earl's Castle peacefully. It's time that he is succeeded by a just and true leader.
You know what? No, I am gonna let this go out. Richard, you finish this for me.
I killed him.
Oh, fuck.
His mind a long time ago.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Before we all had to pay the price for his madness.
All right.
So what will happen to us then?
I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That every atrocity done to the people of Shiring was his doing and his alone. That is my final word.
You will get your chance for redemption by helping the people of Shiring recover from your own...
I wasn't expecting Walter to say that either, yeah.
...rebuilding their homes and tending to their fields.
Ali, I know that you're a much better leader than I. Without you, we would never have come this far. You never hesitated with swearing and fulfilling the oath to father.
Are you about to chastise me?
I will be the Earl in name only, but you shall be the true ruler of Shiring.
Wow.
Don't say that. We'll do it together.
Let's discuss this later. I owe you a lot, Ali. The tyranny of William Hamley is over!
I mean, go for it.
Shiring belongs to its rightful heir.
Lady Aliena, the Earl of Shiring. King Henry II, by counsel of all his barons, and for the fulfillment of the Treaty of Wallingford, has decreed that Shiring and each township shall return to the owners from before the former Lord King Stephen's times. Within the term fixed for its sovereignty, those to be in succession by blood of former Earl Bartholomew of Shiring shall claim the title. Richard of Shiring, therefore, is to be announced Earl in an official ordeal of inauguration. Get wrecked.
To Kingsbridge to let Prior Phillip know that Shiring is finally free.
What is it? Why are they laughing?
You can send a messenger if you want, but there won't be much of a prior left when he arrives.
Well, that doesn't feel good.
What's going on?
That don't feel good. Interesting.
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I have already taken matters into my own hands. My men arrested him while Kingsbridge was left unguarded.
While his
Here we go.
Earl's Castle.
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley was of use to you.
This definitely is diverging from the book. We're in uncharted territories now.
Look at all these people. Seems like they're enjoying themselves.
They never change. You drooling dogs should be ashamed!
Shut up, you old hag! Ellen?
I'm not feeling well.
I'll take care of you. You two go ahead. Hurry up!
Is your mother ill?
It's not that. This is where they hanged my father.
Oh, this cathedral looks so dull.
The trial begins.
Is that Aliena sitting on the throne next to them? Holy shit.
Brother of Stephen, King of the English, the Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester.
Lady Aliena, because she's a...
The Countess Lady Aliena of
The Countess Lady Aliena. Fucking shit, yes.
The Right Reverend
Technically, Countess is actually the female equivalent of an Earl.
Wailerun by God.
They don't actually have a feminine word for Earl. Feminine version of it, so Earl and Countess. But as the Earl's sister, she should not have that title.
We have gathered here today before the eyes of God to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the Church and the papacy are not necessary as intercessors between God and man. that God is in man, that all men are equal, and that each sinner is as close to our Lord as the Pope himself. Now, we ask God for his judgment. For his is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Not ours, and not yours. You stand accused of heresy. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead? Answer!
Prior, respond to Bishop Waleran.
I don't know how this is going.
I am guilty.
Hang heretic! He must be punished!
I am deeply saddened. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make you Bishop of Kingsbridge. Why has it come to this, Philip?
In part, I am to blame. I supported Philip in his early years. I demand that Philip be removed from his position of
the power and the glory. Oh man, finish your damn sentence.
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have healed from the poisonous words he has dispersed.
No!
What?
Get it.
Yes?
You are accusing Philip because he has defied you.
I made him prior, and grateful he was not. But no, I accuse him because his teachings are false. And I intend to prove that Philip's decisions have been more than misguided in the past. Call in Remigius.
Oh boy, here we go.
The Prior of Shiring, Father Remigius.
My bishop.
Tell the court, Remigius, what you have told me.
For many years, I served as sub-prior of Kingsbridge.
You dirty bastard.
Then for the accused.
What was your first impression of him?
I was impressed initially by how he handled the discussions in the chapter house.
What else?
Prior Philip did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's Castle in the winter that our king died.
Is that not a good deed? A true Christian act?
You do not know him as well as you think you do, Lady Aliena. Today, that will change.
Then, on the day of our first Fleece Fair, we were attacked.
I heard. It was terrible.
I tried to soothe the woman's pain by reading the scripture to her.
Here we go.
Our master builder's wife tried to put a spell on her with poisonous herbs.
And Philip intervened?
Yes. He pushed me aside and gave the woman poison.
I mean, isn't she right in the crowd?
It is worse than I thought.
It was no poison.
And then there was the day the Virgin Mary's statue arrived in Kingsbridge. I did not believe it was a miracle.
It seems a bit unpopular.
Clearly it is a miracle. I hear of many who were healed in Kingsbridge.
Yes!
Amen!
Oh, Mary, bless us all!
Well, I soon realized it was a true miracle, but Philip did not. He was only after the money people donated at the Virgin's Shrine. That is why I left.
He had to! Amen.
I believe there is one more thing you have not told us about. Something very important.
Yes. Philip has fathered a child!
Oh damn, okay, what?
A son.
You really gonna... Really?
In the priory.
Really? Wow. Bold.
Jonathan of Kingsbridge, step forward.
This is preposterous.
Is it?
Is this true? Are you Philip's son? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
I have no father.
Everyone has a father.
That may be. But if Philip was my father, he would have told me.
How do you know he did not lie to you?
Speak.
Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the woods? Is this true, Philip? Or are you lying? Well, you told the story so many times.
My brother found him.
Your brother? The brother whose master you betrayed?
What are you talking about?
Philip tried to involve me in a conspiracy against his brother's master, Earl Robert of Gloucester. And his ally, Earl Bartholomew, your father, Lady Aliena. Philip took in all those refugees years ago because he was to blame for their fate.
Was he, though?
For yours, when you lost your father and your earldom. That, Lady Aliena, is the man you are trying to protect.
Oh, we'll fucking forgive him.
I know that he is a troubled man. We've all had to make hard decisions. Decisions that seemed right at the time. When indeed, they were terrible mistakes. I am thankful that I was forgiven when I made a mistake. Now I forgive him. Let us now return to the problem at hand. There is a man who witnessed how Jonathan was found in the forest. A man who can shed light on who Jonathan's father really is.
And who is that?
My husband.
Step forward. What is your name?
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Is he now?
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face you. They call me Jack, after my father. My name is Jack Jackson.
Yes, we have met before.
How old were you when you allegedly saw Jonathan as a child in the woods?
12. But I know what I saw. Philip told the truth.
You were a child. And what were you doing there, in the woods?
I was living in the forest, with my mother.
They were outlaws.
Prior
This is
Remigius
about to get very spicy.
today, and his statement was quite damning to Philip. The distant memories of an outlawed child cannot convince me otherwise.
This would be a great time for Tom to burst in.
And yet, Lady Aliena is right. We do not know enough to judge him as harshly as you proposed, Bishop Whaler.
Like that smirk off your face,
You are right,
asshole.
Bishop Henry. As I said, it is not up to us to judge this man. Philip of Gwynedd has admitted part of his guilt, but how guilty is he? We ask God for his judgment. As Bishop of Kingsbridge and Shiring, I demand an ordeal by fire.
Ugh, Lord.
This is madness!
Phillip of Gwynedd will be tried and judged at the stake. If he is innocent, God will save him from the flames. If he is not, then he will burn as the heretic and sin God has declared him to be.
Lady Aliena, you're gonna kick him into the fire. You're just gonna...
Waileran, by God! Not this time.
Hell yeah.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool, but he is a good man.
Then who is the father?
It is me.
It's all coming out now. John's like, awkward.
This woman is a witch and an outlaw, living in sin with a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30 years ago.
He was not a thief. He was a good man. You've murdered him, Waileran, by God.
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief. He stole a golden chalice and melted it down and sold it.
Pull it out and be like, this chalice?
The chalice of the Eucharist. He stole it from the Cathedral of Kingsbridge.
Sacrilege.
This feels like a card game.
Yes. Friar James of Kingsbridge caught him red-handed.
Just silently, not gonna...
The chalice? You said it was melted down and sold.
Fall not for their lies. That could be any chalice. This does not prove a thing.
Where did you find this chalice?
In a secret chamber. We believe Prior James hid it because he felt guilty for falsely accusing Jack's father.
What proof do you have?
He told me. The night the cathedral burned down, I was there, I saw him.
Friar James died weeks before that.
No, he did not.
Bishop Henry, he speaks the truth.
Order!
This is getting very confusing for a lot of people.
To produce a witness who can prove your accusations against Bishop Waileran. Not just this chalice. If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried for defamation. Philip of Gwynedd, you will stay under arrest. The trial recommences at sunset.
Ooh, okay. This is... Let's take him the fuck down, shall we?
What are you doing there?
I've seen you draw up plans for a cathedral. Maybe we can do something similar to find our witness.
Hey, it's a murder mystery game all of a sudden.
Let's see. Your father.
He looks just like you.
No, he does not, but okay.
Mother said he did.
And Bishop Waileran. What are the connections? Maybe, by exploring them, we can find a witness.
The white chip. It's the white chip.
Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Maybe he's
That's the point. That's the point.
Bishop Waileran is at the center of all this.
Mother says Waileran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waileran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the Sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of Kingsbridge.
Prior James has such a small little face. It's just like, wait.
Witnesses.
Wait.
And only Waileran's still alive.
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these three men work together to falsely accuse your father?
White ship.
He was on the white ship.
Thank you.
No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. I don't have to do any of these things. They're finally making the connections.
And then they killed him. But why?
So, what about Prior James and Waylerin?
Waylerin was not yet bishop when the hanging took place. He was archdeacon. Phillip told me.
But James still had to do what Waylerin told him to?
I think that's very likely.
Percy Hamley was poisoned.
One less witness that knew about Waylerin.
And Waylerin probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
In her condition? Well, I'll take it a step further and be like, you know, she doesn't... I can't change my... Okay.
I wonder if my father ever learned why he was killed.
Why would Waylerin, Percy, and James be concerned about the white ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill.
Became ill. Big scare quotes there.
He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert. And they've been at war ever since.
Well, at this point in time, had been.
Father Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the white ship. Proof that Stephen was involved.
If the white ship is involved, then it's likely that Waylerin was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Waylerin listen to him?
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial. All we want is for Phillip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waylerin. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
This is why she's Countess. Oh, I see.
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the white ship sank. If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the white ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
No.
Percy Hamley was the sheriff of Shiring. Well, he could have ordered your father to be hanged.
But he was arrested and held in Kingsbridge first. Prior James claimed that my father had committed theft.
Waylerin, Percy, and James were behind.
James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it, and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Phillip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us. So Waylerin and the others claimed your father had stolen a chalice from Kingsbridge Cathedral, and that he sold it.
Yes.
Watching this logic play out is kind of plotting.
It's the only way to help Phillip.
I think we're getting closer.
We are back to Nancy Drew, aren't we?
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
Now, what about Prior James?
Everyone thought Prior James was dead, that he broke into the ice. And now we know he was hidden away.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Phillip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Phillip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. At the time my father was arrested. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Is it possible that Waleran...
Somehow we have to get Remigius to be good.
When James began to talk about what they'd done.
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waleran never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around Shiring like that.
He did bounce indeed.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right.
Yeah. That's a conversation that needs to happen. All right. We have to, I don't know. No.
No one may approach the pyre.
Why not?
Bishop Henry's orders.
All right. Everyone left for the trial, it seems.
Is he drinking?
Hello? They're all gone.
No, this isn't going well, is it? Nope, I need to get around the brush here. Nope, let me through. There we go.
Hello?
Do you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet. Thank you.
Are you not with Prior Phillip?
Yes, I am.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
You're fools! Look at yourselves! Who are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but God will!
Oh, found him. Get back here, you slippery...
Remigius? I don't think he's here.
Except he totally is.
Wait, was that him?
And did he just...
I think I saw him.
Oh wow, there's like a chase going on here. What the fuck?
What happened here?
Damn monks! Running across the street like that. Tried not to run 'em over. Now I got a broken wheel. And my apprentice dropped his torch.
I didn't mean to. Sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it.
That?
Have you seen a priest walk through here?
Not Tom.
Father Remigius?
No, sorry, I haven't.
Alfred, that's it.
Right.
Hey.
Yes?
You're Jonathan, right?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
Never mind, but there's something you should know. Tom Builder. He left you behind because your mother died. He had no way to feed you. He thought he had no other choice.
How do you know all this?
He went looking for you an hour later, but you were gone. And when he finally found you in Kingsbridge, he was there for you ever since. But he thought...
Look at Alfred actually being a good person.
Just who are you? Just remember what I said. I pray they won't burn Philip. He's a good man.
Can we go home, Daddy?
Yes. Let's go home.
Aww.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
This is gonna get...
You had one task.
Yeah, Timothy's...
No!
Holy shit.
Our bishop is very displeased.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is asked of me.
Stop it!
Back. There's one. There's two. Okay.
No! Stay away! This does not concern you!
It most certainly fucking does.
Who told you to do this?
No one!
Help.
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy? What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did. This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense.
Let him speak.
This is getting spicy.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship.
You're just fucking incriminating yourself right now in front of everyone.
King's family, so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous.
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man.
This is getting crazy.
You want the truth? That's the truth. Right there.
It is not.
What?
Waleran is a liar.
Regan Hamley.
Who is she?
This is
I've waited long enough for this.
so good. I don't remember if this was how it went down.
Raise my voice. The woman, Ellen. She spoke the truth.
Yeah.
3 men men were responsible.
Everyone in the crowd is like, I don't know what's happening anymore. This is some telenovela bullshit.
The sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waileron who was behind it. And only Waileron.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
And she's smiling. She's like, fuck yes. I finally got him. I finally strung him up by his ankles.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waileron.
Oh, we did it. It's over.
Yes, it's over.
There we go. I was gonna say, bring us back to the action here.
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip has admitted to heresy. He challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church. The ordeal of fire will...
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No! They can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena. My brother, the King...
I am curious, yeah.
...accepted the traitor Waileron into our midst.
But why do I get the feeling this is...
sinners, even if we did not know.
Henry trying to cover his own ass.
Will save Philip from these flames. For his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Light the pyre!
My God, there must be something we can do.
Stop this madness!
Really? We're just gonna end there? Ha. Why are you walking so slowly? Please move faster. I get the game is pretty, but I have questions, okay? I really can't move this fucking monk any faster, can I? Oh, hey, look. He's still alive. Still have questions. It's moving so fucking slowly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did we have an actual miracle here? Like, is that what happened?
Ah, Philip.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Francis is well.
That is wonderful.
Yes, he enjoys the life there. You look worried, Jonathan.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a good thing, Jonathan? Who is it?
That is just it. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see him.
That were me just...
It has been a long time.
Nope, it's Whaler, and holy shit.
Yes, it has. I had to know.
Know what?
The truth is, I never saw God. Or the devil. Have you?
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven,
My God,
hallowed be
there
thy
must be
name.
something we can
Thy
do.
kingdom come,
Stop this
thy will be done on earth as it is
Are
in
you
heaven.
blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Wayland's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
Is he though?
He's still alive. It's a miracle. He is among us. God is here.
How is this possible?
It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this!
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
Huh.
The water. It's...
What?
It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Phillip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior Phillip's place. And God will not be as forgiving.
Faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Wayland will suffer.
Huh. I don't remember this at all.
Phillip?
Yes?
Did you see God? Did he save you that night?
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
Those towers don't have like any windows in them at all.
Phillip is back.
Phillip!
Phillip! We're glad you're back.
Did you walk all the way again?
Just part of it.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge, together with Tom. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us. But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair gray. but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
Aww.
Is the judge done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the church done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
Remember us for what we did, for who we were, and maybe for what we tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.
Okay. I really don't. You finished playing! This feels weird. Da Vinci Code music, I know, right? Based on the novel. Any names on here that I recognize? Nope. Oh. Ken Follett as the cantor. Oh, okay. Well, that's neat. I actually got the author to come back and do a thing. That's kind of cool. Huh. I mean, I know there was a lot that they changed. Let's see if they have like a thing here. Looking up the okay. Yeah. I remember that. Okay, Remigius confirms the testimony of Ellen, having heard Prior James confess. Valoran ultimately loses his position as Bishop of Kingsbridge as a result of the revelations. Later on, here we go, because there were a lot of deviations, because William is still alive in the book at this point. Later on, William and Waleran become involved with the plot to assassinate Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, in order to protect their now crumbling positions of power. William leads the attack, and despite the efforts of Philip, who had traveled to Canterbury to meet with Becket, the Archbishop is brutally murdered. Upon seeing the distraught congregation, Philip is inspired to treat Becket's death as a martyrdom, and urges the assembled people to spread word of the murder across Christendom. With King Henry refusing to defend Becket's killers, William is subsequently convicted of sacrilege by the efforts of both Philip and Tommy, the son of Jack and Eliana, and hanged. At night at Kingsbridge, Jack meets with a ruined and repentant Waleran, now living as a monk in the priory, to learn why his father was framed. The former bishop explains that a group of barons had arranged the sinking of the White Ship in order to kill the king's son and heir, with the belief that they would be able to influence the succession and gain more independence from the crown as a result. After they learned that Jacques Cherbourg had survived the sinking, the barons had him imprisoned in England to prevent him from exposing their conspiracy. While initially content to leave him there, they eventually chose to have him killed after he learned English and started attracting unwanted attention, hiring Waleran, Percy, and James for this end. Finally understanding the truth behind his father's death, Jack is able to put it behind him. Elsewhere, the Pope forces King Henry's public repentance and symbolic subjugation of the crown to the church, in which Philip, now Bishop of Kingsbridge, participates. In this final scene, Philip muses that the affair has proven the limitations of royal power. The king could order Becket killed, but faced with a massive popular reaction, he had to bow down and to let himself be humiliated. A modern reader, later knowing later history, could see it as a first step toward the distant future of constitutional monarchy and democracy. I don't know that I would call that interpretation accurate, but okay, sure. So yeah, that's how that ends. This was different. Huh. Also, it seems like I just missed someone. Thank you, Gentalden, for following me. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you. So, yeah, this is Pillars of the Earth. I don't know that there's anything more to say about it. It's definitely diverged from the book in a lot of ways. Because if there was anything that I did definitely remember, it was that Philip became bishop. So kind of confused why they didn't bring that up in the thing. Let's skip this. Okay, yeah, nothing more to play. Looks like that's it. Okay, that is the stream, and you know, we went just about 3 hours. I was hoping to kind of end somewhere around 6 o'clock, so 3.5 hours is not bad. It's around our normal time so much, so this worked out okay. Didn't think I was going to finish this tonight, though. I'm not going to lie. So, not sure what we're going to start on Tuesday, because whatever I start on Tuesday has to break for a little while I'm visiting family for Christmas. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do, because I don't think that I will be able to stream elsewhere. Not necessarily the case. It's possible, but I don't want to assume that it will actually work out. And if I do stream elsewhere too, it might be very different than normal. So, something less guilt-ridden. Yeah, maybe a little less Catholic guilt hiding in there. I just thought this would be a really fun thing. Like, honestly, I was like, let's get back to point and clicks. Let's do this thing that I'm kind of familiar with, but like not familiar with how they're interpreting it. Like, that would be really cool. And I had no idea that it was going to be this ridiculous. It was actually kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. So this was an interesting thing. Not sure what we're going to do next. Let me talk about a little bit of my plans, my thoughts, and I'll expand on this in the Discord. And I'll post a link to that now in case anyone does want to join, just in case want to continue that discussion, because there will be a discussion. I will actually talk about this time. I'm not busy enough in my life that I can't spend time to actually talk about this for once. So there's the link to the Discord. You can feel free to join. We'll talk about what we're going to play next, ideas I have for the channel, and what we're going to do. So a couple of things that are kind of sitting on my mind here. One is that, yeah, playing something completely out of there, of like just something new, but not necessarily long, is one of those things. Elsinore being one of those possibilities. The one thing that I'm not really too excited about with Elsinore is that it is not voice acted. I'm definitely going to feel some kind of pressure to give you guys some kind of something to listen to, but I don't know how much commentary I'll be able to give to go over whatever is on there. So it's possible though. It's if anyone doesn't know what Elsinore is, it is essentially a sort of retelling of Hamlet from Ophelia's perspective, except Ophelia is trapped in a time loop where every time she dies, she starts the events of Hamlet all over again. And your goal, I believe, is to essentially stop the events from Hamlet happening, to stop the murder and death and everything that goes on throughout the events of Shakespeare's Hamlet. And so that's, you know, definitely on the table. I don't know how long that will take. That definitely is a shorter sort of game, but I don't know exactly how long it is. Actually, that's a good point. Let me see if I can quickly look it up. There's a website that'll possibly tell me. It's a website called How Long to Beat. And it uses everyone's like personal playthroughs. Like you tell people how long it took you to go through. That being said, it's only based on 6 user ratings, and that's not the best. The longest that has been 30 hours. Oh my god. So this says about 9.5 hours for main story, 22.5 hours for completionist. I don't really know what that means necessarily. What does completionist mean necessarily? That's what I don't understand. Let me just double check and see if there's something else. Let me see if one of the reviews maybe. This is searching time in time loop is. Huh, okay. Well, it's a possibility. It's on the table. Here are the other ideas that I have. Just in general, this is not necessarily for even just next week, because Elsinore starting that next week and saving all the other stuff for the new year, totally valid, totally a good idea. Other things that I have in mind. So I played through the Mass Effect trilogy over the course of the beginning of this year all the way through the summer. It was a long journey, but it was a lot of fun. I think we had a good time. BioWare made another trilogy, or at least it's a trilogy for now. They are making a 4th game. So they made another trilogy, Dragon Age. And I do love me some Dragon Age. It was actually not that long ago that I replayed Dragon Age Inquisition. And I kind of feel like it would be kind of fun to play for you all. Dragon Age Origins, the first game of the series, is a massive mammoth of a game, however. It is big. There is a lot going on to it. It is complicated because it is like they wanted to do an old school RPG with big branching storyline, tons of really cool stuff in it. It's all really fun. But it is long. So and considering that, and also considering the Dragon Age Origins, Main story, just the main story, 40 and a half hours. If you want to be a completionist, we're talking 86 hours. That's not even Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 40 and a half hours. That's only for Dragon Age Origins, the base game. For the Ultimate Edition that has all the other parts in it, 50 hours. Completionist at 106 hours. Dragon Age Inquisition is even longer at 53 and a half hours with 161 hours as a completionist. Dragon Age 2 is the shortest one at 26 and a half hours or 58 for a completionist. So this is a big trilogy if we're going to start that. And that's the only thing that gives me pause, is the one thing that I had a problem with doing Mass Effect as a trilogy. As much as it was lots of fun, as much as I really enjoyed playing it again, as much as I loved sharing it with all of you, I got real tired of playing that after several months. Because when you're playing it on your own, you're playing at your own pace, you can, you know, and I mean, the other thing too is, like, when I played these games first, when I originally played Mass Effect, the whole trilogy, I played Mass Effect 1 and 2 kind of back to back, sure, but I didn't get to play 3 until it came out several years later. So there was like forced breaks for me. When I talked to Elliot not too long ago, actually, he suggested that I look into maybe just breaking it up. You know, we could play some Dragon Age Origins and then kind of break it with another game. The question that I would have, and what we need to discuss in that front, is how would it be to play through Dragon Age and every once in a while just take a break from Dragon Age Origins, the game itself, or would we want to play through all of Dragon Age Origins and then take a break and then go back to Dragon Age 2 and then take a break? You know, do we chunk it like that, or is cutting up the story of a Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, which are all these huge big games, is that doable? You know, would that break people's immersion, you know, allow you to forget what happened last time? Because you know, trying to do recaps is rough. So that's one possibility. The other possibility, and this is again not necessarily incompatible with everything else that's been brought up so far, is it had been this channel was started as a Nancy Drew channel. I wanted to play Nancy Drew games for other people, introduce you all to the zany world of her interact as Nancy Drew and how ridiculous the games could be, but also fun and intelligent and wonderful. To this day, the majority of the knowledge that I know about the Maya civilization is from my favorite game in the series, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Sorry, I don't know why I had a mental moment there. It's from Secret of the Scarlet Hand, and that music from that series is like seared into my brain. As a quasi-celebration of a milestone, not necessarily for this channel, because while it has been, I believe, a couple years at this point since we've been around, but as a milestone for me graduating grad school, I thought it might be fun to go back to Nancy Drew and maybe try to do something like ranking them somehow, and from my personal least favorite to favorite. That would require some kind of work, at least on my end, just because I don't really have that favorites list in mind. I know my favorite, Secret of the Scarlet Hand, but I couldn't tell you what my least favorite was. My least favorite one is. Couldn't tell you what my second favorite one is. You know, don't really know what to say there. So, but again, that's not necessarily incompatible with the other things. We could play Elsinore this next week. We could start Dragon Age Origins this next week, and then for the games to break up, we could break them up with Nancy Drew games. We could break it up with you know, Elsinore and other point and clicks like that. We could do a mix of all of this. So that's kind of just what's on my mind. Just maybe give you guys something to percolate on, just to think about what you might want to see going forward. I will say Dragon Age Origins is one hell of a time. I'm going to have to mod the living shit out of it before you get to take a look at it, though, because that is a game from the mid-thousands. It looks rough. Like, Dragon Age Origins was released in 2009. Yeah, the late thousands. Okay. For some reason, I thought 2006, but yeah. 2009. It is a fascinating universe with a fascinating story. Like, you want to talk about some political intrigue? The political intrigue that was shown in Pillars of the Earth is child's play compared to the political intrigue that goes on in Ferelden in Dragon Age Origins, because it is excellent stuff. And the best part, because it's a BioWare RPG, there are bajillion branching storylines that you can follow or not follow as much as you want. And you could buy into the political intrigue, or you could just kind of not. Personally, I enjoy it. So, I mean, I've consistently stated that one of my favorite Star Wars movies is Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, because it is essentially Star Wars trying to talk about political intrigue and has an incredibly fabulous character who's my favorite and has the best wardrobe of all time. End of story. Go Padme. Padme gang. I'm just, yep, she's my favorite. End of story. I will not be taking questions at this time. It's not my favorite movie anymore. It was my favorite for some time, but Episode 8 kind of knocked itself up over that. And I say this as a very hardcore Star Wars nerd. That knew a lot about the extended universe before it was pulled out of canon. So, like, I am fully enmeshed in the Star Wars universe, and if anyone wishes to doubt my credentials, I am happy to fight you. Let's talk about Mara Jade and why she was actually a bad character. I'm happy to. Let's fucking do it. So, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm really tempted to say we're going to do Dragon Age Origins because I want to, but at the same time, the practical implications are that I will either be streaming only 1 or 2 days this week. That second day, the first day will be Tuesday, our usual time. That second day, however, might actually be Wednesday. Because I might be leaving to go visit family before then, before being able to stream on Thursday. So it might be Wednesday evening that we have a second stream this week. This is partially brought on by the fact that because of my work for university and the fact that we will be going into intersession, is what it's called, the entire university shuts down for almost a whole week. Actually, in this case, I think it's over a week because we were given extra days for intersession break this year. Which means that I only work 2 days this week. I have tomorrow and I have Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I have off. So my usual scheduling conflicts with doing Wednesday streams aren't there. You know, usually the problem is that I go to the gym immediately after work because I have what? Personal training. I have personal training on Wednesdays after work usually, and that takes up a whole hour, and then I need to get home, I need to cook, I need to shower, and by the time all that's done, I'm too tired. I don't want to deal with getting ready for my stream, and I have to, you know, either cook ahead of time or, you know, in order to just quickly heat something up, or I would have to cook something really, really short, which usually ends up not being terribly healthy. I'd have to kind of rush to get back onto stream. It's not fun. So I usually don't stream on Wednesdays. However, since I'm not working on Wednesday, my personal training appointment can be literally any time of the day that I want. I've already told my trainer, just let me know when you want me to come in. I'll be there, which very likely will be late morning. So that's not there. I will be here all day. I can cook whenever I want to, although I'm going to try not to because I don't want to have leftovers sitting in the house for a week. And yeah. The week after that, the week before New Year's, I will probably not be streaming on Tuesday. I may be streaming on Thursday. I'm going to try to stream on Thursday before New Year's. But Tuesday, I will likely still be at my parents'. Again, I don't know what the Wi-Fi is going to look like. I don't know what the streaming is going to be, what's going to be doable there. I won't have my lighting set up. I won't have my camera. I'll just be there with my laptop. It's a fiddly thing. It's possible, not impossible, but we'll see how it goes. I might try a couple of test streams before then to see if it's doable. So if you see me go live or something like that by accident, because I'm going to try to do a method where I don't actually go live for people. but I get to see the stats of the connection and everything like that. You know, we'll see how it goes, basically. But yeah, that's where my head's at. That's where we're at. Not sure exactly what's going to happen next, but we'll take it as we go, I guess. All the same, if you want to be involved in those discussions, you can join the Discord, which I will post another link for in the chat. Boop. Where you'll also get announcements for all of our streams. You can also follow me at BOSTrophyWife on Instagram and on Twitter. Twitter, you get a full dose of me because that's my personal social media, so whatever I say goes. And then Instagram is where you'll see pretty much just stream announcements. I do post pictures every once in a while, but I'm just not a big Instagram user, so if you want just announcements, go there. If you don't mind seeing my opinions on things, go here. And if you want to just get the full dose of everything, go here. But that also means you get to actually participate in our community and get a little bit of a say on what we do, what we decide to stream. You'll get minute-to-minute updates about the stream if something goes wrong, because I'm not always able to post to either of these in time for that. So I do want to put out a thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you for supporting me in my tiny little corner of Twitch here. It is really wonderful to have you all here and supporting me that way. I do also want to thank all my followers. You are the bread and butter of any Twitch streamer. Just knowing that there are people out there interested in seeing what I have to offer is always a fun thing. So I want to thank my regular followers for sure. And thank you all. If you don't follow me yet, go ahead and hit that follow button if you want to be notified about streams and everything. And if you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, especially if you've got those, you know, Twitch Prime, you know, Amazon Prime subs to hand out, because, you know, why not? Why not, right? If you aren't able to support me right now through subscription, or if you already subscribe and you'd like to support me further, feel free to donate to my Ko-fi. You can find the link there in the description in the chat as well. Until then, I will see you on Tuesday when we will play something. I'm not sure yet, but we'll play something. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I hope Monday goes well for everyone. Have a wonderful night. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.